Hello. This week, our church has faced a tremendous amount of pressure, an event that are unprecedented in the history of the Coptic Church. In fact, in the history of our lifetime. The fact that the Holy Synod and His Holiness Pope Shenouda announced that the whole church should fast for 3 days and pray has not happened in 40 years. There's got to be a huge reason why this happened. The Holy Synod convened, issued a strong statement condemning the atrocities and the attacks that took place by the Egyptian military on our peaceful protesters. As you may know, a church in Aswan had been demolished for 3 weeks now. The governor went out to blame Christians. In fact, he said Christians made a mistake and Muslims corrected it. This was a ridiculous statement to make. The military, as the president of Egypt currently, did not make any arrest, did not blame the governor, did not reprimand him for the statements he made, and agreed with his statements. This would mark the third church since the revolution to be either burned or demolished by Muslims. This has not happened in 1400 years. What followed suit is Copts protested, went out, women, children, husband, wives, engaged couples, all went out to the street protesting the actions of the Egyptian government, or lack thereof. The results were our military, the Egyptian military, opened fire and used its armors and tanks to run over Christians and Muslims, killing 25 so far that we know of. Reports of about 4 being thrown in the Nile and injuring over 327 protesters. The church has had a tough time this week. Many of you have questions. A lot of us had questions on the positions of the church, the positions of the leadership in the church and what happened. And the church saw that due to this event, it will allow us to have this interaction with His Grace Amba Morcus. He has been very well spoken in the past on behalf of the Coptic Church in abroad and at home. He's been on many Egyptian TV programs and international programs, talking on behalf of the Christian community, talking on behalf of the church. It is our pleasure that he's with us tonight, and we are thankful for his grace, for his time, and we hope that we'll be able to get all your questions that we received from many of you, and we might receive some of it answered through this discussion with His Grace. First, our condolences to Your Grace, to His Holiness, to the Church, to our families, and I wanted to ask you in the beginning, what was the Church's position on the march? We had a march that was planned, a protest that was planned, and I'm sure the Church has heard of that. Was there an official position from the Church regarding this protest?
Thank you for CYC, and thank you for Michael, because they started to have the dialogue about the position of the church during these accidents. First of all, we would like to explain what happens from the first beginning. The first beginning, not at Marinab Church. We know there are background of this what happens. In Umraniya, before the revolution, and Atfih, the village, its name Sol, and Imbaba, and now what happens in Marinab, in Edfu, Aswan. These incidents happens from time to time, not only from these fanatic people, but this time by the government itself. Because we know that the governor of Aswan, he said that clearly in the television, that the church started to build not the same as license, but over license with 4 meters. Yes, okay. In regular cases, the discussion between the owner and the councils. But about the church, there are some people encouraging by leader of the mosque, the sheikh, to attack to the church and burning some places and demolish the church or demolish the building. Of course, the church. And the governor said that yes, it's okay. There are didn't obey the license, and these people demolish and burned a small place. It was easy case. Where is the law? Where is the defense for the law? Are the people of the streets are implemented the law, or there are official people, official places, official departments to implement the law? And we know from the metropolitan Hydra of Aswan, he said that he discussed with the governor that they will demolish these 4 meters. Even there are another way to solve the problem. They can introduce another requisition for the higher places, higher for 4 meters, and they can discuss, they can leave it and have another license. And we can see, for example, here in our area, they started to build 2 mosques in the beach of Tarat al-Ismailiyah without any license. And also the law forbidden to build anything in the beach of this area. Who can say that?
In fact, this whole town had many houses built irregularly. It did not have licenses.
Of course.
They have so many high,
yes.
1 floor, 2 floors, 3 floors higher. And I remember that the governor also made a statement that this was not a church. This was a madyafa.
What about the official paper?
Yeah, I wanted your grace to comment on this.
Yes, there are official paper. And His Grace Metropolitan Hydra in the Synod, he said that we have the official paper, and we have seen this paper in the television, that this building is a church.
In fact, the protesters outside of Aswan, many of them had called me and they said they had the official papers blown up and they were holding it when they were protesting, and including the governor's signature allowing this to be a church.
Yes.
I know myself that there were priests from your bishopric of Shubra al-Khayma protesting. So why didn't the church as a church issue a statement regarding the events that transpires for 3 months? Why wasn't there a strong position that says this is wrong, you should not continue to do this? Mind you, in 1400 years there's not been a church that demolished, and since the revolution 3 churches have been demolished.
Yes. In general, if we have a building we would like to use it as a church, we discuss this matter with 2 sides, 2 departments, the governor and the police department, security department. And after that, with long discussion or short discussion, we can implement or can use this place as a church. I myself here in our area, I built about 20 places with a license as service building, church services building. All this building, and we have the permission from the security department to use it as a church, and already use it as a church in the past, because long way to have presidential decree, long way. And in our area forbidden, because all the lands here considered as agriculture area, and forbidden to have your document registered in the official offices. This cannot. But our way always discussion and dialogue, discussion, dialogue, till we have the goal to use it in the church or not. But in general, after this long discussion, we use it as a church. And we encourage now the priest to have the discussion with the governor and the security department, not only the bishop, but the priests also can do that. But what happens for the demonstration about the church, not for the renown, but there are background, long way. Started with before Al-Kush, 2000 year.
1998 and
Yes.
2000.
And after that, Alexandria and many things. And what the result? What government have been done to protect the Christians? Nothing. Nothing. No one arrested in Al-Kush. No one. Even I have seen myself 21 dead martyred.
Yes.
Shooting. Who are shoot them? We don't know. And after that, Samarlut and Armenia and many places happens. Even the man who entered the church and killed a person during the prayer, they said that, oh, he is a crazy man. This crazy man, and this cannot, and this we cannot find the person who killed this. They killed a jeweler person in Zaytun and another one in Kafr al-Sheikh. They arrest people. What's the result? We don't know. They demolish a church in Seoul. We thank the army because the military, because they rebuild it. But what about who encouraged the people to demolish, and the people already demolished the church? The same in Imbaba. What the result? This means not Berenab, this the problem, but we have long way for many problems. They didn't solve it.
The church is known to deal with these issues politically, behind the scene.
Yes.
Meaning there is discussions going back and forth between His Holiness and maybe General Tantawi, maybe on the level of bishoprics, Your Grace, and the governor, etc. I will ask you a question, and I think it's on the mind of everybody else, or maybe I'm wondering, should the church have been much stronger, much vocal, much on the outside of its criticism of the government, be it during Mubarak or now, and take a tough position, especially now after 25 martyrs, and say enough is enough, and not really try to deal behind the scene and give way to speculation? And many people look at it as the church is hanging out its children dry. They're not protecting the Christians the way the church could.
The people in last time, they came to the church and asked the church to help. And the church sometimes, we cannot. Then these people find that they can took some actions. They started to have this action by themselves, not led by the church. Even there are some priests encourage them, but that not this announced by the church. These people try to express themselves.
But why not? Why not the church call for protest? Why not the church call for its followers to go out on the streets and protest this injustice?
Because our thinking and our goal always with the dialogue and discussion. But the people, they found that the dialogue, there is no result. Then they start to take the action by themselves without taking any permission from the church. But these priests guiding these people to protect them to any person would like to do something bad, they can keep him and protect them from outside. But this time they cannot, because the people came from the neighbors with weapons. Who can?
And the military was shooting at them.
Yes, and the military also. How the priest can protect? No.
Well, the role of the priest was to protect their sons and daughters that they know very well from harming themselves. They didn't protect them from others. When I have been there and I've seen the priest with two kids will get upset about a sandwich or something, or about, no, you should not go at it together here, we're outside, we're protesting, you should not fight. This is the type of thing. They couldn't protect them from the outside world. But in your view, should there be another reassessment? And I'm sorry to hammer you about the church. Should be another reassessment of the leadership of the church, of the role the laymen, the youth, these voices that are angry now and going on the street should play in the church. Should the Holy Synod have an advisor of this group to help them with their decision making? Should the Holy Synod adapt Coptic leaders that were outside fighting for the cause, but the church kind of kept a distance and said, I don't want to have anything to do with these people. I'm a peaceful church. I'm going to negotiate. Let them do what they do. Aren't we all one body? Aren't we all working for the same cause?
These people didn't ask the church they can start to the demonstration or not. No, they didn't ask.
Absolutely not.
Because they know the answer. We always ask the people to be quiet, and the discussion will have our goal. But they found that the discussion and dialogue with always no result. Then they keep the church for prayer and they take the decision by themselves.